family, welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my very first YouTube video. My name is Shanika. I am an entrepreneur, I'm a mother, and for those of you who have been following me for a while, you know me through my businesses Deep Rejuvenating Herbals, S&D Essentials, and also Mommy, Mom and this YouTube channel is gonna be all about health. Okay, so a few years ago I found out that I had endometriosis and ovarian cyst. But let's go back to when I just started my menstrual. So from ever since I start my menstrual, I was told that long, heavy and painful menstrual is normal, and from ever since I see my period, I have always had long, heavy, painful menstrual. So I always feel pain, always had my menstrual 5 to 7 days, and with the knowledge that I have now, I know that 5 to 7 days isn't normal. Okay, that's too long, and my menstrual has always been painful. I was told that after I have a child that it will get better, but unfortunately for me it got worse. So a few years ago it got like really bad. I started to feel, I had a lot of new symptoms. I started to feel a lot of pain 2 weeks, like it's called PMS symptoms. So 2 weeks before my menstrual, during my menstrual, and also after my menstrual. So I was feeling pain all around, like my body was going through agony all the time. And then I noticed that my menstrual left from 5 days to 9 days. Healthy family, I was seeing my period for 9 days. It was long, it was heavy, painful menstrual for 9 days. And even after my period, I was in pain. So I was having PMS symptoms before my menstrual and after. Imagine that. So at that time I still thought it was normal, like it wasn't a concern to me. I still think, okay, this is normal, it is what it is. What started to concern me, and the reason why I end up going to the doctor, is because I started to feel a pain in a specific area, and I was feeling that pain for months upon months. I was ignoring it, but then I start to worry, wonder what kind of pain, what kind of pain this made me feel, and I start to worry and think that okay, it's bad, and all of that. So I end up going to the doctor, end up getting a transvaginal ultrasound done, and then I was told that I had endometriosis and ovarian cyst. Of course, at the time I didn't know what endometriosis was, so I asked the doctor. I don't want to stay too long with my story, but I asked the doctor, like, what can I do to get rid of this, because I can't live like this. My body's in agony every day. I really can't live like this. I have to get rid of this. The doctor told me that I have to do 2 things that I can do. I can do surgery to get rid of the ovarian cyst, or I can start to take birth control to, I think, shrink. I don't remember if it's shrink the cyst or help with the pain, or for me to stop my menstrual so I won't be feeling pain or anything, so forth. But then I asked him, okay, what is endometriosis? Because it's the first time hearing it. Oh, I asked the doctor, can you believe the doctor went on Google to explain to me what endometriosis is. So I'm like, okay, so if the doctor can go on Google, so can I. When I heard about surgery, that was like the first red flag. I'm like, there got to be something else. And not because I knew that surgery didn't help, because queens, stop letting doctors go inside of you, cutting you open, and performing this surgery where they say they remove the cyst or remove the fibroid cyst, or stop. It doesn't work. Most of you that I work with that have done those procedures have to keep going back. Just to tell you, it doesn't work. At the time, I didn't know. That wasn't the reason why I didn't want to do surgery. For me, it was fair. You know, I don't want no one cut me, put me to sleep. That was the reason. But upon gaining knowledge and, you know, interacting with my clients, it doesn't work. You have to keep going back because it keep growing back, because that is not the solution. We prayed. I said, God, I just told God straight up, I can't do surgery. I don't want to do surgery. There gots to be another way, Lord. You know, that's how I was talking to him. There gots to be another way. And I think it's, I don't want to lie, but I know it wasn't long after. I think it's like 3 days after, a link was sent to me, a Facebook link for me to join a group. Went on there, answered the questions, got approved. It was Alkaline Vegan Dr. Sebi group. And I don't know if you guys out there know who Dr. Sebi is. He was a holistic doctor. He helped a lot of people to reverse brain tumor, HIV, reproductive issue, cancer, diabetes, and other illness that I don't even know about. So he was really good. He's not the one who come up with Alkaline Vegan diet, but he's the one who shed major light on it. So I went in this group and the food caught my eye. Just the food, them just all the people them take the picture of their food and they put it up, and it's like, of course I've seen sweet pepper and vegetables and all of that before, but for some reason it seems so new to me, so beautiful. It's like God just shed a light on the foods for me, for it to just draw. It's like it drew me in. I start to read posts. I went under every single I went in every single comments. I went on YouTube, started to do my research, Google, find out who this Dr. Sebi is, all of that. Like, I spent days and days in that group and researching, and less than a week I was an alkaline vegan. Less than a week, healthy family, I was an alkaline vegan. So this is something that I do not allow my clients to do because it's dangerous, but at the time I didn't know. I went cold turkey, meaning I stopped eating everything at one, mackerel and sardine and my corned beef and all of that, but I ended up, you know, giving those away. Egg, cheese, I was a cheese lover. I would just sit down and just eat, you know, a big piece of cheese just like that. But I gave that up. I can remember the day vividly when I cleaned out my cupboard, I cleaned out my fridge, milk, you know, cow milk, and everything that I learned that wasn't good for me is everything that I was eating. I used to have to eat at least 3 yogurts a day, especially the fruit yogurt. I used to love those, and I just end up giving everything away. I remember when I finished that day, I stand up and then I'm like, but wait there, I have a child. What am I gonna do? But that's one of the reasons why I end up learning how to make my own burger, pizza, ice cream, all of that. Did you know that you can make those yourself? I had no idea. I had no idea that even ice cream was so easy and so delicious when you make it yourself from scratch. I learned how to make my own cheese. I had to because I had a daughter, and it wasn't hard for me because God gave me the grace to go cold turkey. He gave me the grace to maneuver through this diet. Let me tell you, I didn't miss nothing. I stopped eating chicken, no seafood. When I tell you guys, everything, no fast food, everything healthy family. And I'm not bragging because I know it's hard for a lot of people. This is one of the gray areas that I have problem with most of my clients, you know, but that's one area that God graced me on because he knew that he was putting me on this journey to help others. So I had to. I still don't know how I did it. It's the grace of God, healthy family. I went cold turkey. I didn't look back on any of those food. And I am about 7 years alkaline vegan, and I still don't miss chicken, dairy, mackerel, and I used to love mackerel, baked bean. Like, I still don't miss any of those. Broad bean, oxtail, you know, the old works. But God graced me, and because I saw results, I kept going. Okay, so one of the first thing that changed, that I saw changes in, was my energy. I had mad energy. I had energy, like I just kept going. It's like I couldn't stop. I didn't want to sit down. I didn't want to stop working. I was happy. My attitude started to change. My energy started to change. But the last thing that changed for me, and it took 3 years, was my menstrual cycle. And remember, that's the very same reason why I changed my diet. So the reason why I changed my diet is the last thing that changed. But that's for a different video. It took me 3 years, not because it normally takes 3 years. Okay? When I help other females, it takes them 6, 1 year. It depends on the person and what you're willing to change. But for me, I didn't have any help more than the information that I was getting online. So I was just learning as I was going along. So that's why it took me so long. But I had to go through everything that I went through. I have some mad memories. I went through some things, healthy family, but I had to go through that to be able to help people. The cold turkey alone almost took me out. I almost died. I didn't know it was so bad. And the reason why is because all the toxins was leaving my body at once. But I had no knowledge about any of those things. I had no knowledge about toxin leaving my body and any of those things. I just knew that I wanted to get rid of the pain and agony that I was in. And this is the way that I learned that can help. This is the way that I'm going. But you know, God was leading me. Yeah, he was with me on my journey. So I it took me 3 years to reverse the endometriosis and ovarian cyst, but 7 years and I'm here, I'm healthy, no endometriosis, no ovarian cyst, no constant headache, I ain't wearing no glasses, no pain in my joints. I'm healthy and I didn't have to do surgery. Imagine that. I didn't have to do surgery. Just by the food that I eat, just by the things that I use on my skin, just by the things that I use in my hair, just by changing my lifestyle inside out, healthy family, just by cleansing, just by working out, changing the rhythm to how I eat. Instead of eating egg and cereal for breakfast, I learned that fruits is the way to go. Fruits pull mucus from the body. You know, things like that that I learned. Or just drink a cup of herb tea. Just learning that all those chemical skincare products out there make the reproductive system go all over the place. Did you know that endocrine disruptors is the #1 issue to reproductive disease? Yeah. Where do we find endocrine disruptors? In the skincare, hair care products, in menstrual products. Yes, they disrupt the endocrine system, which is the hormone system. It's a lot to learn. Okay, this is how my business came about.